February the 16th. It's going to be an amazing day. And I hope that you have expectation for it, man, because I'm looking forward to it being a great and incredible day. I'm looking forward to being highly productive. Oh my God. I hope everybody's getting through this Mardi Gras season and all that kind of stuff. This weather that can sometimes be fickle. It could be cold one day, hot another day. Yeah, it can be, man, it could just flip on you. It'll flip the script on you. Yeah. So we're going to get into the 10-minute tune-up for today. I'm looking forward to it. I got a great inspiration for us. And I pray that your heart is ready to receive. For those of you that are on your way to work, at work, or what are you doing, whatever you're doing to get your day going, I appreciate you turning aside to be with me today doing the 10-minute tune-up. What's up, Sister Mia? Hey, Sister Adrian, how you doing? What's up, Sister Kwana over on the conference line, 5606, been on with me for a few minutes now. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna get it going, man. Y'all share y'all posts, man, on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, man, if you're on the YouTube channel, get somebody to be a part of the YouTube channel today. I like for y'all to let me know who y'all are, because sometimes, if you're on the platform, how it works, how this process works for me, I can see how many people on, but unless you make response in the comment section, I don't know who's technically on. So I appreciate y'all telling everybody good morning and getting on. What's up? What's up, Nave? Sister Rhonda. Hey, Sister Rhonda. What's up, Sister Judy? Thank you for taking care of First Lady on the other day. Appreciate you so much. So much. We're going to get into it. What's up, Sister Geraldine? How you doing this morning, ma'am? Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. Who is that? Sister Vanessa. Hey, Sister Vanessa, over on YouTube. I'm missing you. Hey, Sister Donna. That's my girl, Sister Donna. Man, I love Sister Donna, man. Sister Donna McCarter. She is such an amazing person. When you listen to her, man, she reminds me so much of my family from the country. They just straight at it. They tell you how they feel. And I love that, man. I love people to be straight, man. When you talking to me, I don't need no roundabout kind of stuff, man. Just come at me and let me know what you're thinking, because then I'm able to judge who I'm dealing with. Sister Donna's like that. She's an amazing person, always helpful. She does so much for our ministry and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just giving her a shout out for the time that she gives us. Hey, Mama Vaughn. Hey, baby. That's my mama, y'all. Listen, Mama Vaughn has taken the place of Mama for me. After my mom passed, then my mother-in-law kind of took that space. Mother Verna, she kind of took that space, and then after she passed, man, Mama Vaughn is taking that space. I don't get a chance to see as much as I would like to, but she know how much I love her, man. I love her so much. Hey, Elder Dexter and First Lady, what's up? How y'all doing today? We gonna get at it, man. I got 5825 on the conference line. I also have area code 318 on the conference line. Thank y'all for being over there. If y'all can help me out with expanding this platform. If it's a blessing to you, help it to be a blessing to somebody else. Hey, Sister Carol, how you doing? If it's a blessing to you, help it to be a blessing to somebody else by tapping them in and get them a part of what we got going on here on our page for Facebook and also on our platform for YouTube. So let's get started. I'm gonna get my time going, and after I get my time going, we're gonna get right into it. Okay. So here's what we're gonna talk about today. We've been kind of shaping our year in a way that would lead us to a greater amount of success in the year. I've come to this realization, y'all, that I just don't want to live anymore. I want to benefit in life the way God intended for us to benefit. That's how I want to live my life, man. I don't want to leave nothing on the table. I said that yesterday in the service. I don't want to leave nothing on the table. I don't want to come to the end of my life and not necessarily have regrets, but say I could have done more. I could have seen more. I could have experienced more. I could have been more productive, if you will. I could have raised the standard of what I was going to actually do for the kingdom of God. I don't want to be that person, man, at the end of my life to be having those issues, because here's the thing: if I don't work on it, if I don't get it going right now, then what will end up happening is I won't have the time, because I don't necessarily know how much time I have left. None of us do. So it behooves us to make or put forth as much effort as we possibly can to do the things that that we need to do to make sure we're living life in its fullest. And I'm not just talking about vacation. I'm talking about everything. Being productive, being the best that you could be with your family, right? Being the best that you could be in your work environment, in your relationship with God, all of that. Being the best you can be on all those levels. And that's what I'm actually talking about. So we've been talking about, in the last week or two, we've been talking about dominion. God created all of us to have dominion, mankind, if you will, to have dominion. And this dominion that God has created us in, as I said on yesterday, it's not something that you are going to arbitrarily just be dropped into and assume a proficiency in, right? Having this dominion, because we haven't been brought, especially our culture. And I'm speaking to our culture now because other people may be listening or tune in sometime otherly. I'm talking about our culture, African American culture. We have not been afforded the ability to really assume positions or have a proper mindset around having the dominion of functioning in the dominion that God has created mankind for, because we are part of mankind. We've been kind of oppressed to the point where it makes us feel like, in a lot of ways, whether it's in the forefront of our mind or in the back of our minds, making us feel like we have been positioned to be dominated, right? We are always subservient to everybody else. We're the last, right? I don't care who comes in. You look in, even in our country, where different nationalities and different cultures have come into, watch this, they have come into our environment and it's almost like they've been put on the top over us, right? And that's not the way life is. That's not the way God intended life to be. All of us as in mankind supposed to be on the same level. So talking about this dominion that we've been created for, you've been created to have dominion over a lot of areas of your life. In a lot of areas that you affect and you're affected by, right? Some areas you have effect on, but some areas have effect on you, right? And so because you have a dominion, because you have dominion, you're supposed to be able to dominate in those areas. And one of the things that I want us to think about today in these last few minutes that we're together, as it relates to, watch this, as it relates to being dominant or having dominion, has to do with drama-proofing our lives. You have the ability with the dominion that God has given you over the areas that you affect and that affect you, to be able to take out the drama of your life. Take out that drama, man. We're supposed to be living we're not going to be living drama free, but we have the ability to dominate the drama. Does that make sense, y'all? Y'all talk back to me in the chat. Yeah, talk back to me in the chat. I need to hear from you. Yeah, I'm not saying that you're going to necessarily live this life without no drama at all. That's naive to even believe that. Man, you're going to have some stuff going to happen, because you can't control people. You can't control every circumstance or situation that's in your life. You can't control all that. But what you can do is control you in the situation. Right? And so you can have have dominion over the drama that may raise up its head. And it first begins with you and your perspective. how you see things, Man, I have people that I love dearly in my concentric circle of concern, if you will. I got people that I love dearly, but their perspective on life, man, sometimes worries me, right? It's just about every aspect of their life. When they look at it or they address an issue, it's always from a negative perspective. They see it negatively, not realizing other people will look at their situation and see, oh man, you blessed. You don't know how blessed you are. But that's their perspective. So if you're going to dominate, if you're going to be able to dominate your life in a way to keep it from having drama in it, your perspective has got to change. You got to see things different. You got to see things in a way that's not all bad. Everything in your life ain't bad. Everything in your life, even things that come to challenge you. Sometimes you're going to have some difficult things that's going to happen, right? But those difficult things that happen in your life don't necessarily mean that you have to look at them negatively, right? Let me give you a quick example. If you go outside and you're getting ready to leave, and you go outside and you get you get ready to get in your car, and you look down and your tire's on the flat, right? Now there's two ways to look. You can look at that negatively, or you can look at it positively, right? Negatively, you say, Lord, look, I got a flat on my tire flat. Now what am I doing? My day is shot. Everything is wrong. Look, it's starting off bad. Or you can look at it and say, thank God that this tire went flat with me not driving on the highway. Obviously, this tire has a problem if it had air in it last night and I get up this morning and it doesn't. God didn't allow me to be on the highway. This thing either blows out or have a problem, right? Okay, so I got to get it fixed. I'm going to get the tire fixed, but at least the way that it happened, it didn't put my life or my family in danger. Perspective. Somebody say perspective. Then the second thing is people. It's people. Man, you gotta people-proof your life. They got some people, man. Some people, you gotta have a limited amount of them. And Pastor, what are you saying? No, some people you cannot not be around, right? Especially like family. Sometimes they just got certain coworkers. I don't care how much drama they bring up, you just not gonna be able to isolate yourself totally from them. So you're gonna have to work on, watch this, you're gonna have to work on minimizing your dose of them. In other words, you can't have a whole lot of them in your life. You gotta take the dose that you can handle, as much as you can handle, and then don't overdose yourself on them. Does that make sense, y'all? Yeah, man, it's about you trying to drama proof yourself from people, man. Some people you gotta be around them, but you just make sure you don't have too much of them. That's like, the Bible talks about, here's what the Bible says. Oh, good Lord, I'm going to run out of time this morning. Look, the Bible says this. The Bible says, have temperance in all things, right? Have temperance in all things. It says a man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things. In other words, the Bible rarely tells us about things that we can't do or shouldn't do. It says you just got to know how far to go with it. Yeah, you just got to know how far to go, right? Some of us know. Some people just go too far with things, right? You just got to know how far to go. And it is with people. You just got to know how much people you can handle or a particular person you can handle. You might not be able to handle too much of them. You know how much you can handle of them, right? And then place. And that's that place, that occupied, that space, that environment that you're in, because sometimes drama-proof in your life, you have the ability to dominate in that area of space or place or environment, if you will, right? The place that you put yourself into, you control that. And you dictate what space you're going to function in and you're going to occupy. You determine that. There's some spaces you just need to not go in because you know it's going. I'm going. I know I'm going to leave there, and I'm not going to be in a good frame of mind if I go in that space. I just know I'm not. I know I'm not. I know the environment. I know that environment, and because watch this, because I know that environment, y'all, I gotta limit myself to that environment, or not even involve myself, not even allow myself to be in that particular environment. And then finally, because I don't want to keep y'all on too long, is a good way to drama proof your life is to fill it with praise. Man, I need some fire in the chat on that. I need some hand clapping on that. Listen, you don't really understand how to take your life to the next level until you dominate in praise. Man, you got to have more praise in your life, right, than you have complaints. You got to have more praise in your life than you have negativity. You got to have more praise in your life than you have places of drama. You got to have more praise. In other words, man, you got to have a good, healthy dose of praise every single day, and you dominate that. Let your life have more. Let your day. Let's stick with a day. It's still my life. Let's stick with a day. Let your day have more praise in it than it does anything else, right? Let your day have more praise in it, man. Dominate in that area. Dominate in that area. I don't care whether it's the type of music you listen to, the motivational speakers you listen to, the TV programs that you listen to or watch. Let praise be a dominant factor in your life. You control that. You control that. I'm telling you, control that. And if you put praise in areas where there's problems, I guarantee you, your life is going to be better. Your life is going to be better. So this is a year of domination, y'all. This is a year of dominion. And we got to train ourselves and cultivate ourselves into this. We got to do that. It's not going to just, God tells us that you have dominion. I'm going to use this example and then I'm going to be done. God tells the children of Israel, because I used this, like I said, I used this example yesterday. God told the children of Israel, I have given you the land. I promise you a land that's flowing with milk and honey. The landscape is incredible. The productivity you can have in this land is phenomenal. I'm telling you, it's a great land. But you got to go in and you got to fight for the land. In other words, you got to put some effort towards you possessing what I promised you and I prophesied to you. God tells us that we can win in life. Jesus came to give us an amazing life, y'all. He did. But it's not automatic. It's not going to just automatically occur. You got to put some effort towards it. And until you're willing to do that, your life won't change, right? Your life won't change. And so make praise a part of that existence. All right, y'all. I gotta quit. I'm over time. Y'all know sometimes Pastor Dex go over time. Yeah, but I needed to finish that out. I needed to give that to you because I don't know about y'all, but man, I feel much better when my life has no drama in it or minimal drama, right? You got a little teeny tanache bit of drama. Man, life is so much better. Life is so much better. All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. Oh, man. Nicole, how you doing? Good morning to you, ma'am. All right, Sister Judy. Love you. Everybody over on my YouTube page, man, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for dropping fire in the chat. I want y'all to have an amazing day. And listen, Sister Rachel, I asked her to send me a quote. Look, put this in the chat. And I heard this in a song. And here's what I'm gonna put on the shirt, y'all. Here's what I'm gonna put on the shirt. If somebody counted you out, if you counted me out, you can't count. Yeah, don't count me out, because God is not finished with me yet. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later.